Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the PM world. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we all doing?
Fine, thank you very much. Not too bad at all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Better now I can hear you. I've just turned my sound up. It was a bit low.
We were just muted before. It's fine. Cool. Anyway, it's the morning after, the day before. Does that make sense?
The night before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's it. So, as I say, members, you would have seen this because me and Matt stayed on yesterday to do a sort of live thing for the Airfix launch, which I must admit, I will eat humble pie because I was one of these doubters, shall we say, saying about, brace yourself for disappointment because, but actually every release they said and spoke about, I thought was actually a good one. And now I will eat another lump of humble pie about the classic releases, the old kits that they bring out. Actually, I'm quite excited about them. But even me and Matt are like, actually, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Apart from the poor person who's got it up the bomb bug for 350 quid on eBay must be a bit disappointed now.
Yeah, that took the jam out of his donut this morning.
Yeah, that's it. I bet he's like, shit.
Oh, dear.
And it's going to come with new tool clear parts as well, because the other ones would have been a bit like a frosted window.
Yeah.
So, has Andy got a bomb bug up there? Is that what he's looking for?
I'm looking at my classic Airframes Fairy Gannet, actually.
Oh, right, yes. And for all those Fairy Gannet people out there as well. So...
Anybody want one cheap? Andy's got one.
Yeah, Andy's got a nice classic Gannet.
Now,
does that one come with a full wing fold?
No,
you see.
Get all resin cockpit and everything with it, but no, you don't get full wing fold now.
And I'm not being funny, like we were discussing, if you're going to do a Gannet, the wing fold is the thing, isn't it? That's what makes a Gannet so cool. It's like a Z-shaped wing fold system to it. It's, as I say, probably over-engineering it at its best, but it just works. It looks fantastic. So yes, we were very, very excited about that one. But I think the big thing that shocked us all was this.
What, the
F-35?
That Lancaster's...
The Lancaster.
Absolute, shock. Left field, that Lancaster coming out.
Well, it is the Dam Buster one, so they've done it for the anniversary. So at least one of the major manufacturers managed to hit an anniversary date for it. So, but no, the F-35, I was not expecting that. And we've harped on the show talking about how, Airfix only release stuff that is out of service. And then they do that.
Perhaps they know something we don't.
Maybe. Absolutely.
It's already.
It's been retired.
Don't say that. Canada's just ordered a shed load, haven't they, to replace the Hornet fleet this week.
I've seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
So again, a brand new tooled 72nd scale F-35. And I'm looking at the RAM areas, and to me, it looks like the best one yet from this. But again, that's just what I can see here. So, I think it was all in all, it was a really good presentation right the way through. Obviously, we've got the Aston Martin DB5 in 43.
43 scale. So what's that? Slot car scale, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Isn't that slot car scale?
As they call it, or scale electric scale to us in the UK, as we know them, but slot car scale.
It's quite
cool.
It's a classic scale for cars, though, isn't it?
Where's my favourite? The highlight for me was this, the Lanny.
Well, that's quite nice, that does.
As a previous owner of one of those, I had the 86-inch because they did the 80, the 86, and the 88. That's an 88. So, as a previous owner of one of those in real life, I'm going to have to build that. So, Andy, you've got to pick yourself one of these to do, because on a Saturday show, we did say we'd do them as a live build.
I'll punch one of the sports cars. If you tip that one upside down, does it have all holes in the chassis rails?
Shush now. Shush.
It's got no bulkhead.
Yeah, the bulkhead it's just covered. If it was like mine, it's just hammerite skin.
Yeah.
You could literally mould another one by pouring it in the hammerite and it would have been fine. But yeah, no, it's fine.
If that's got mist moulds on the bulkhead, that'll be absolutely to scale.
It will be, yes, absolutely. To be honest, if it's got flash and mist moulds and everything, it'll be just perfect.
And as long as it's not straight, it's rippled to hell.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I used to love my Lanny. It's very nice. And I had that top as well, the hard top. And then I must admit, I did put a rag roof on it. And then I put a bikini back on it just to really ruin it. So, but yeah, no, it's fine. But yeah, so that was obviously some really nice stuff coming down through there. But the highlight for me, and again, I didn't know anything about this kit at all, is the Gannet. I think this is actually a really, really nice kit to do. It's got fantastic wing fold set, as you say, that sort of Z-wing section. It looks really, really nice, and it's going to go beautifully with the Buccaneers.
I think it's the wrong version. I think they should have done the AEW one.
Yeah,
but with that one, they can do the Machine Krieger,
yes,
Marine Flieger version with it as well. So
yeah,
it's like get more money, more market out there. So
I don't know, because I say I know what you mean about the with the big radar underneath its chin, but again, I think overall you probably get more mileage out of that one. Being, the sort of anti-submarine warfare one and all the rest of it. And obviously, I think it can do conventional bombs as well and the various bits and pieces. So, yeah. But again, wasn't expecting it at all. And it's one of those, I like to be pleasantly surprised, and I was.
Yeah.
Because actually, I think that's really, really nice job on that one. And as I say, with the wing fold set, because we were discussing before we came on air, obviously the classic one doesn't have the wing fold. So yes. And what makes a Gannet? It's the wing fold. But no, looks very, very nice look.
So ugly, it's beautiful.
I was going to say, it's classic good looks.
Yes. Oh, it is. It's a cool aircraft.
Oh, it is. I'm not denying it. But it is fugly.
It is definitely fugly, definitely. So
no, it's a cool, especially 48th as well. It's like I said, it's only the classic airframes one I know of, and is it a Dynavec did a vac form?
Vac form one, yes, yeah.
Which, I mean, their vac forms were very good at the time, but obviously I don't think you can get them anymore. So yeah, why not? Looks fully detailed as well on the CAD. A lot of
some nice details in there.
Nice interior, obviously wing fold and lots of weapons in there with it as well, I think.
Yeah, it does. It comes with a full assortment.
So, yes.
The other one as well, we were, was doing the old ferret.
Everybody needs a ferret.
Which, again, was right up to the Gulf War, we were saying. Who knew?
They did use it in the Gulf War. I'm sure they did, didn't they, Andy?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I do know. I can remember years ago at Catterick. Well, there was a base near Catterick that had hundreds of things all lined up, still in, still, they were still all in use and what have you. But
well, they used them for ages.
I think they were, because I can remember. I remember seeing them in sand desert colours. So.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they were. We'll have to might have to do a bit more research, but yeah, I'm sure they did use them in the Gulf, but could be wrong. Did they have them in the Falklands? Because they had Scorpions, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't have much in the Falklands, though, did they? Because
I know. I just wondered if they had any ferrets, because obviously don't know. But anyway, very left field.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
That's really out the blue for doing a ferret, because I think the only other one is Accurate Farmers 35th one resin kit.
It was. The other one was a truck.
Oh well, no, I said that's an Austin truck, because it's same front end as my ambulance.
Yeah.
But they ain't got Austin on the box.
No.
Where they've got it on the ambulance.
Because actually, it's a good photo there, because you can see the other one there as well. So both got the same front ends. So. But yes, very, very nice as well. So we've got like a normal sort of flatbed truck going through.
I do like the old World War II British trucks and stuff, and there's a lot now. From none at all. Yeah, I think there's virtually all of them now. You can get sort of Matadors and Bedfords and God, like that one, and there's loads, isn't there? Which is good.
Yes,
excellent. Long overlooked.
Definitely.
Our soft skins have been for what we used. So interesting that.
The one obviously we did know was clearly the Buccaneer.
Come along quicker, hasn't it?
It has come out quite nice. Well, it said we don't know what's going to be released yet. But yeah. But obviously this is the bulge bay under one. It's got slightly different wingtips, isn't it? And things like this. There's a few different changes to it. But technically it's the RAF version of it. Again, so you can play wingtip lottery, isn't it? Because they had them, then they didn't, then they did, then they didn't. So yeah, it's one of those where at least in the kit you get different versions of, so you can see exactly what ones you want out of it. But again, there's some very nice options down in there. right the way through. And obviously we do get, if I just do this tiny bit, there it is. As I say, you've got the Gulf War ones as well.
Of course, you can't not, can you?
No. So very nice with that one as well, right the way through. So another one. The other one is the Hunter. So again, you got, was it the FG? God, I'll have to go back and find the thing. Hold on. Yeah, so it's the FGA 9, FR10, and the GA11 version of that one, right the way through. So you've got some nice options down in there for the sort of late. And again, I think that's one of their kits that's been really, really overlooked. Having built it, it goes together absolutely beautifully. And the way that they've done the wing design and things like that, the way that that fits in is really, really nice. So, you know, I did the Dutch one in the Dutch markings originally. And it's just a really, really nice, straightforward, you know, really well put together kit. So again, that sort of completes the family with that one. So that's nice.
Yeah. Sea Fury's back. Yay.
Sea Fury's back as well. So that's nice. The other one as well, we've got a new version of the Mozzie in 72nd. So this is the Mark 16. Quickly add up your Roman numerals.
Yes.
We've done a bit of work to that as well by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Bombay, because that's the Recon one, isn't it?
Yes, it's the Photo Recon one.
So it's
in the PR blue.
Parts, new parts on, because that's Pranjit's original, isn't it?
It was, yes.
So it's new parts to that, so that's an interesting one. Quite nice schemes as well, actually.
So it's in PR blue to hide it in high altitude. It's got a red and white
tail.
Tail.
Yeah, well, that's so you don't get shot down by friendlies.
yeah.
So yes, but again, very nice as well. And again, there's the US version and ours as well. How do I do this on this keyboard? I've never done it on this version. There it is. Look, magically, I can make it transform into the US one. So again, you've got both versions of it down in there, which is very nice. Again, we've got another Mustang.
Yeah, Matt was saying about these the box arts on these. You know, the nice enough to cut out and hang on the wall.
Yes, no, they are very nice.
I've got, you can't see it here, but I have got a IKEA do like a photo frame. And you can get postcard size.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they split into 3. And I tell you what, I've seen somebody do it actually. I don't know where I've seen it, but they've actually used box arts and put box arts in it and hung them up. Look really, really good.
Actually, it was the double ones you were talking about, wasn't it? But that's still a
box
art, isn't it?
The 72nd ones, because they are literally, you know, you could trim them to fit, I think.
Yeah.
Or probably get them some, because you know it's nice box arts, aren't they? Let's be honest, they really are good. Zero's back,
new livery. Fair enough. Again, we've got the new sort of Mark 5C in new liveries and all the rest of it as well. So that's very nice as well. We've got him.
Bester with his quiffy head.
I was going to say, hold on, let me find him. I've lost him now. There he is. Is he having a bad hair day? I know I do. I suffer from. I can feel his pain. Mine does it more at the back. It goes up. I put it down to wearing VR a lot, and it does that. It's a nightmare.
He's probably hoping that no one ever noticed.
Nobody ever noticed.
Now you've just called him out in public.
I've called him out. It's fine.
That's it.
It's better than what I said on our show yesterday.
They'll never speak to us ever again.
No, it's it. We're going to be off his Christmas card list now.
Absolutely. You've done a good job, though.
No, it has done a good job.
That's nice in the post-war one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's a really nice box, all that is.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Look, I can literally, looks like I'm typing it in. So yeah. So anyway, it's really nice box art as well. Beautifully done. Again, that's the Mark 5. What else did we have? Oh, we got the Nat back.
That's a good little kit.
Yeah. We got the 110 back again. New livery.
Yeah.
As well. We got 2 62s, the bomber and the fighter, wasn't it? Down in there.
Is it? I've got the fighter. Where's the bomber?
That's the bomber version there. Look, he's got the bomb hanging out the front.
Oh right, the bomber. Oh right, I'm with you. Sorry, yeah. I'm thinking of the 2-seat version for some reason.
We've got the Harrier family back. So we've got the FGR1 kit is back in, and as you can see there, we've got the Sea Harrier, looks like.
The GR.
Which is re-releases of those, or re-liveries as they're calling it. And obviously we've got the... I just whiz along here, be quicker. There we go. We've got the GR7, 9. I don't know if they call it a GR7, 9. They just call it a GR7.
9.
They called it a 9, did they? There we go. It's coming.
You're getting there.
Yeah, see the modern technology.
That's how aircraft's in the
way. Can you wind it a bit faster, please?
Yeah, sorry, wind it up. The funny thing is, thanks to Airfix, they've sent me all the thing on this, but I can't load it through the system for some reason. It won't allow us, so I have to do it manually. But yeah, so that's the nice one as well, to have the Harriers back. So they're great little kits. Very, very nice.
GR1 is, I've got one built upstairs actually in a box, and it was a good kit, really good kit. So anyway, with them sending you all this bump about it all, I thought we would have had a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation from you this morning. I don't know what you've been doing. You've been
Sorry, I have. Clearly, I've been off key this morning. We got the Mitchell back as well. Yeah. Again, this is the earlier type CD version.
Yep.
Again, a couple of markings in there. The Phantom as well is back in. So we've got the FGR 1, 2, the RAF versions, if you like, of that one. So that's very nice to see that one back in. Buccaneer, as we spoke about before, in the relivery one. So this is obviously the RAF version again. Yep. Very nice done. Wellington's back. Obviously the Downbuster, done apparently in new markings.
Yep.
So, but options on that one, as we spoke about before. Another version of the Tiger Moth, which is very nice. About Sea Fury.
That was a bit hair raising, landing on the carrier and the Tiger Moth.
Yeah, try not to break it, isn't it? Whatever you do, don't break it. If the ship steams quick enough, he'll never catch it with a headwind. He'll be like flat out, literally trying to row his way in. Really nice aircraft. We've all built this one. Is the actual Sea Fury. Just don't ask us about wheel well colours, because clearly we're not going down that route again. That was like a year's worth of live shows just on that.
It was. Got some mileage, that did.
Got some mileage out of that one, definitely. We got the Vampire. So this is the FB59 as well, 48 scale. So it's a new version of the Vampire.
Because the last one was the F3, weren't it?
Yes, yeah.
So that's them two of the more common ones, I think.
The other one was the Meteor, wasn't it? Back in as well.
Hey, have you seen the thingy for that? The display one, the Meteorites. That's a really good scheme.
Is it? No, I'm saying
I didn't even know there was a display team of Meteors, to be honest. Yeah, there's if you flick to the next picture, wherever you're going.
I'm trying.
Oh, I'm trying.
Very trying. It is going really, really slowly.
Is it?
Oh, God, I'll do it manually.
We had that
I might as well get out and walk.
I had that conversation about shaking paint.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Yes.
That's like he was playing Daley Thompson's Decathlon on his Spectrum.
Yes. It was. Yeah, that's it. It used to be the joystick one, wasn't it? Going left and right like that when you break your joystick.
Which looks really wrong now you do it, innit? But yeah, wiggling your joystick.
Wiggling your joystick. Yeah, that's it. You're going to casualty. Another one was obviously the classic kits are back. And from what we've learned is apparently they've got retooled the clear parts, isn't it?
Well, we hope so. Some of them have.
Some of them have.
Yeah.
There's a rumour this is off Brick Modeler, so I don't know obviously how true what I've read this morning, but they've redone the clear parts on that. But I don't know, so don't quote us on that. Until it turns up. Probably could do with redoing if they have.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, that's a proper classic from because if you watch this video that Phil's obviously going through, they'll give the dates it was released originally on the Vintage Classics and the date it was last released as well.
Yes.
So you know then how long it's been out the catalogue. But yeah, that's
we can hear. Hold on.
58 and last seen in the range in 2004.
Can we can't hear anything.
Right, hold on. Let me turn him up.
And now onto our ever-growing Vintage Classic range. First produced in 1958 and last seen in the range in 2004.
Yeah.
The Oster
last seen 2004.
Second scale. This
So
kit
nearly
represents a
20 years
converted
ago.
Oster's T7 aircraft from the Commonwealth.
2004 don't seem that long ago to me now, and then it's like nearly 20 years. That's scary.
I read somewhere that's actually the wrong colour.
Oh God, are they on it already?
Oh, well, what the wheel?
No, this was a long time ago.
What, the skis are the wrong colour?
No, it should have been that orangey colour, not the yellow.
Oh right, not the yellow.
Oh, it looked good in orange. I've actually got an Ulster upstairs, the camoed one.
Yes.
The Airfix one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but that'll have obviously new decals. So we're saying about the vintage classics, obviously. You know, some of these that you're going to show now are
proper
with
kits.
new decals.
Yeah.
It actually, you know, because that's the problem with the older kits. It's the decals are shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
The Buffalo.
Again, classic.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone's done a version of it.
When was that first released? I didn't hear when that was first toured. Was that the 70s? Or 60s?
I would have, well, yeah, in between somewhere. Early 70s, I would have thought.
Listen to his bump.
All right, hold on then.
The 1/72 scale Brewster Buffalo was first introduced into the FX range in 1972.
1972.
The Buffalo will include a Royal Australian Air Force.
Yeah, you were born, Phil.
It was. No, 73. Don't age me. Not 50 yet. I'm hanging on by my fingertips for another couple of weeks until I get to 50.
That's the box art I want. I like that box art.
Yes.
And now World War One's obviously come back into vogue.
Definitely.
Is that the original box art then? Because that's what they use, isn't it? The original.
Yeah, usually it's the original box arts with all the classic range.
I cannot remember that box art at all.
I can remember that box art.
So that is the original from 19.
Yeah.
Whenever it's 60s, isn't it? I think
that's one I can remember.
But
so you two tackling this for the World War One?
It's a bit small.
Is it a bit small in 72nd?
The smallest, I think.
I'm tackling it in 1/32.
Fair enough. But another classic, shall we say?
Yeah. That's a proper classic.
Down in there.
That thing is a proper classic.
Yeah.
And now you can have proper decals on it as well. Get rid of the rivets because it's got like blooming shit rivets on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be bad built up, and it's so unique.
I was going to say, it's a real unique, classic British, classic Airfix. Yeah, I can understand
it's
that.
It's the original Osprey.
Well, yeah, it is.
In a fashion, isn't it?
It's the great-grandfather of the Osprey.
Well, it's a shame it got canned, isn't it? Because of all the political stuff to do with it and how long it sort of took to develop. But that was groundbreaking if you think about it.
Oh, God, yeah.
The 50s. You know.
Yeah. No, another firm classic, which we're very glad to see back.
There's an interesting thing on YouTube about that, actually. Like, people do little documentaries and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And it is actually really, because there's only one bit of it left that we've seen at Elvington in it. There's like a part of an engine or something. Or
was it? None of it remains.
Oh, right, yeah.
It all got scrapped and there's just a little bit of it left.
I can't imagine it being very fast.
It's very noisy, I think. That was the other problem with it.
Yeah.
Noisy, but
you definitely hear it coming.
It had jets on the rotors, didn't it? So, and
there's a classic.
Stuka to complete my collection.
So our John is building this said kit slowly.
Well, he's got two of them now, hasn't he?
Is he? Well, you can have three in a minute. Because you can have the decals out of this now. But yes. So there you go, the classic giant 24 scale Stuka.
Original box art, uncensored.
Yeah, that's it. Slightly censored box art, yeah.
We were just discussing, like, because they did a zoom in on it. I never realised on that box art there's two hurricanes in the corner.
Oh, what, down here? Yeah.
Next to the pilot, there's two hurricanes. Unless you really fear, I've never noticed that before. And it's the obviously the vertical box, isn't it? Not a horizontal one.
Yeah.
So that's
it would have been a nightmare for shopkeepers how to display it.
Oh, I was about to say, we'll not be selling them on the store because I can't put them on the.
Yeah, it won't fit in our picture thing.
That's a good point. Yeah, you have to crop it into a little stamp.
But no, very much classic. There you go. There's your Hurricanes. Just coming in for the attack. Look.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Stukas have got that far to drop the bombs. If I'm honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
But again, the Bloodhound.
You're building that, Phil, aren't you?
Hey, I go well with my sound systems and all the things I've got to do this year. So again, classic is back.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't they do a version of that? Sorry, going back with the Herc.
Yes, they did it with the camo, the sand and
the sand one with the white tops. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, probably the most exciting thing after the Gannet, the Bomb Bug. Again, we haven't seen this forever, and it was one of those sort of very much iconic things. Your dad owned one, apparently.
Apparently, my dad had a Bomb Bug. Yeah. before I was born, thankfully. I was never got in it, but yeah.
It's not child safe.
No. God, yeah. Imagine how much them things are actually worth.
Oh, got to be worth a fortune. Wasn't it Wheeler Dealers or something? Got older one once, many years ago, and did one up or something.
I know on Richard Hammond's show that his new car show that he's got his smallest cog garage thing.
Yeah.
Before they actually built the place they've got now, the chap who is with him, he refurbished one of them, but just did work on one of them.
They're nicely fiberglass.
I was going to say, you'd be better off getting it refurbished at a boat manufacturer's, wouldn't you? Because it's all fiberglass.
Yeah, proper fiberglass, just a fiberglass tub with a little engine in. But they put Hayabusas in them, don't they? That was the thing to do. They're like in Robbins and just put a proper Hayabusa engine in and wrap it. But I wouldn't trust it with 3 wheels for not going rolling. But because that was, what one was it last out when I think 1974 or 5 or something? And then they thought the moulds were lost.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they've turned up, but they've re-engineered the clay pots.
Yes.
So I presume that bit was either had it or weren't there with it. So they've re-engineered them. So you're going to get decent clay pots with it as well. So that is definitely worth it. And what was the price, Phil?
Oh, it wasn't much. I can't remember what it was.
10 quid or something?
It was 10, 15 quid. That's it.
Quid tops now. And it's
or you can buy an original version on eBay for 350 apparently, as of yesterday. That might have been pulled now. I don't know. You have to have a look.
Perhaps he wants to drop it a little bit, a bit overpriced.
It's a bit overpriced now.
But it was, to be fair, when he put it up, it was really rare kit.
It was, yeah. You couldn't find them anywhere.
You know, it's not going to be very rare, is it? We were saying about that Jag, weren't we? The 420 Jag.
Yes.
Yeah. That was another one that was really rare and fetching decent prices, and obviously they've re-released that. So yeah, well, nice to see stuff back. They've done some good stuff, I think.
Yeah, just running through the last one. So we've got the Great Western is back out as well. And again, to be honest with you as well, these kits aren't expensive. The classic range, it's not like certain other manufacturer, Revel, who put the price and they triple it and then put it out again. These are actually good, you know, as you say. Like the Bomb Bug, I think it's about 15 quid. All of the classic ranges are not a lot of money either. No. So I think that's one of the nice things.
Do you know what? They're good fun as well, actually.
Yeah.
I know we always knock them. I mean, they need a bit of work. You've got to put, you know, they're not just going to fall together.
No.
But at least what the Airfix are releasing are unique subjects.
Yes.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know kind of the Buffalo, but that's a classic. I know you can get like the Special Hobby one, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the others, you know, like the Bassett, the Hercules plane, the Whirlwind helicopter.
Yeah.
Say the Bond Bug, the Jag that they've done is unique to Airfix.
Yes.
Quite a unique kit across the board. You know what I mean? Like the thingy that's coming out. What we've just done, the Rotodyne thing.
Yeah.
So.
That's your F-35. Apparently, it's a starter set, so you're going to get paint and kits and all the rest of it like that. Ooh. So you've got that one in there. Is
that going to be dropper bottle paints or the little pots?
That's going to be I don't know. That's it. It's going to be all full paint, whichever way you look at it. That's the Land Rover. Obviously, that's going to be one as well. And then Andy, you're going to have to pick one of these to do then.
I quite fancy that 765 LT, must admit.
Yeah.
McLaren.
Yeah.
Not the Lamborghini.
McLaren.
I'm doing that because I've worked on plenty of them.
Yeah. So yes, I think all in all, you know, watching it live, I was actually quite excited. Normally, I'm not, but this year, definitely very, very excited for it. So well done to Airfix. I think this year, we were discussing here, Matt, that with the world world is technically probably falling into recession and everything else like that. I think, you know, that's a really good lineup for next year. Good job.
I think they've put the cloth accordingly as well.
Absolutely, yes.
With the world as it is, there's enough there, but it's not. It's not daft, is it? You know, for new tools and new releases, you know, there's a few, but yeah, sensible.
There's no £100 kits, is there? They're all
no, that's right. Yeah. As I say, there was all the discussions all about the Hurricane and that. I think if they had turned around and said, "Oh, we got a 24 scale Hurricane come out on the back of the Spitfire as well," and everything else, that's expensive kit. So
still got the thing at Duxford, haven't they, to come whatever is going to be about.
Yeah, but there is an Hurricane. It's a Lamborghini Hurricane.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to have a car there, aren't they? Yeah. In front of the Hurricane, they're going to have a car, and that's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. You never know.
That would have been actually a brilliant one to do. That's the type of thing we'd do. So yes. Anyway, back to things closer to hand. Obviously, over at the PM store, new arrivals. We haven't really had that much in this week, have we?
No, it's that time of year where it's just waiting again, because everything was literally just before Christmas. Everything just piled
got
in,
released.
didn't it?
Yes.
So yes, it's we're just waiting for it all to start up again at the minute. Now obviously we're getting new releases, as in what's been released for this year. Obviously that's going to be later on, isn't it? So probably this quarter might be a little bit quiet. I think there might be a bit from ICM at some point and a few other bits, but yeah, it's going to be later on in the year, isn't it? So
definitely.
Yeah.
I've got a review up for you. I haven't got it on the system yet. I'll put it up afterwards. Is for the Hound, the MI4 Hound. That is up with you. And obviously yesterday, was it yesterday, Monday? The Ghost of Kiev review went up as well. So they're two absolutely fantastic kits. So very nice on there. And thanks for all the likes on the Ghost of Kiev, shall we say. And yes, I am being sarcastic. But don't forget, you could just build it as a Russian one, just because it comes in the markings. I'm just saying, it's a very nice kit. But clearly, we got those in. The store, just generally around, obviously with the special section.
Yeah. A couple of your review samples.
A couple of my review samples, yes, indeed.
Actually, there's a couple more to go on. I need to talk to Andy after this, so a couple more bits to add to that. So yes.
So the Cobra up there, I did the review for. So that's a really nice kit. So obviously that's a 48 scale one, not 32nd. Obviously done there. So very nice indeed. The Gecko Ambulance, we said before, it's just it's brilliant. Really, really nice. Very nicely detailed all the way through. Obviously, we've got the Dauntless down in there, some other bits and pieces said before. We've got our damage box section down in this one. Some of the latest releases from Zvezda, but they've got slightly damaged boxes. So we've got the MI35 and the Herc J as well.
Could you say again, the damaged boxes are literally
creases? Yeah.
They're not.
Some are worse than others, but none of the kits are damaged. So yeah.
Some of them you can't even see the damages, can you?
No. To be honest, they look a lot better when they've come than the ones that come from China. From said suppliers, which literally squash them on the way, get them through your letterbox. But yeah, so we've got some really nice stuff down in the sale section, just down in there. So that's all very nice. And as I say, I think that's really about it. Book section's going well. So before, we hope to be expanding that in very near future. We'll get some of these back in as well with any luck.
Yeah.
So we've got the books and bits and pieces down in there.
Rest of the F-35 now, if it's doing theirs.
Yeah,
no, we're getting some more of them books in, obviously, what's sold out. But they've been going really, really well. So
very good. Right, over to pre-orders. We've got the new Hind.
Yes.
Obviously coming out. Some fantastic markings in that.
Yes.
Very, very nice markings.
There is.
So if you do fancy, it's obviously the Zvezda Hind is the base kit.
These are all check markings, aren't they, on this one?
Yeah. We were on about Edard yesterday, weren't we?
Yes, we did. So very nice.
And stuff, so yes.
Very, very nice.
Matt's favourite's the
Coast Guard one.
Coast Guard one, yeah.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
If he's quite a Coast Guard, isn't he? Yes.
That's what we call it, because it's white and grey. Yeah. It's the Coastal Command one.
Yeah. It looks cool in that.
It does, actually. Yeah, something very nice of that. And obviously all the details are going to pop with it being white. So you can do nice weathering on that. So yes, some very nice ones down in there. So again, bit of a limited edition run from them. Very nice. So if you are interested, pop your name down for that. The books obviously has gone very well, hasn't it? Lots of people on about these books. Again, I have to get mine down for one of the shows, and we can do a bit of a show with it, because I've got a few of them.
Yeah, I think we're going to temporarily close it soon, just to get the numbers in that we do. Then I'll probably take all the names out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can re-go again or something.
We'll
we'll leave it as a running thing if anybody wants them, or we'll get them in. So
yeah. So, but they really, really are fantastic books and all the rest of it. I think I've got a couple of reviews up for them anyway. So if you want to have a look through, but they are big, chunky. Some of them are smaller, but the big, frequently asked question ones, they are huge, big books.
I said the diorama one is massive. That's popular. I think the figure one's quite thick as well. The add-ons are a bit smaller. The FAQ 2 as well, actually, that's quite a thick book. I mean, if you members or whatever, if you look on my bookshelf when I'm in the home studio, you can see them there and you can see how thick they are. But I know they're not cheap, but there's a lot of content and a lot of good content as well. It's not just drivel in there,
No.
I think they really are good books, so worth having.
You can see Matt's bookshelf bowing under the weight.
Yes, it definitely was last week. Obviously, the mug.
Right, the mug. Let's talk the mug. So this is going to be closed on Friday.
Right.
So it's going to be last orders at the bar this week.
Yeah.
Once that's done, that's shut down, and I'm going to contact next week and get them ordered in, and hopefully they'll be with us in the non too distant future. So yes, so basically this is the last call. If you want one, members wise anyway, get your name down ASAP, and then like I say, shut it on Friday and get them ordered.
Cool, very nice. Yep. Good job. Any of the other ones you want to point out in here?
No, we've got the thingy coming in. It's now moved date. You know the Meng Phantom?
Yes.
The Mastiff? That's now been moved. It was supposed to be tomorrow, actually, was the original date, but I think it's moved to the 19th now. It's next week.
Right.
All being well, it comes in. So they should be in soon.
Do you know when the Kinetic F-16's in?
Well, we've had, obviously, the NATO one.
I know, yeah, but it's strange.
The US one, got no idea. I've not heard it.
Sign on the US one yet.
They were both released at, both at 12, weren't they? But...
Don't know. We'll have to look into that. But there's a few more pre-orders that we're going to start ramping them back up and start getting some new ones up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we did get a lot. We cleared out actually just before Christmas. A load came in, didn't they? So they can be moved if they're still in there or whatever, and start again for 2023.
Yes,
already.
Yeah,
definitely. Cool. Okay, over to questions. Carl says, "Hi team, hope you're all doing okay. Do you know if AFV Club 148 scale Northrop F5E Tiger 2 kit, which is the 2-seat one, is still available?"
No.
It's the Sundowners one. Andy's got one. I've got the other one somewhere. Where's mine? I've got the single seat. I've got the EN, but Andy has got an F. So start bidding now.
It's the original version. It's all with the poster.
He's got the poster.
Well, that's priceless then, isn't it? Well,
to be honest, it was released last year. It was available. I don't know if it's available anymore, but because they didn't do the single seat, the 2-seat did come out last year, didn't it?
Yeah, we had him in the shop. He's missed out. He ummed and ahed and dilly-dallied, and it's sold.
It's sold.
It's a bit of a snooze you lose, isn't it? And I don't think it's available again. I don't think it's actually we can get hold of it at the minute because it's one of them that for some reason don't stop in their catalogue.
Yeah,
no.
It kind of comes and goes, which is a shame because it's actually the best F5 in 48 by a country mile.
Yes.
And sorry, Carl, no, mine isn't for sale.
Oh, unless if you do a private offer, he might waver.
Do you know what? If you give him a good enough offer, he'll chuck a gannet in with it.
Yeah, get a free gannet.
A free gannet.
Okay, Chris says, "Dear team, now that you're branching out in books, do you think you'll be able to get Read Air Publications books into the UK? The trouble with that is, and you mean one like these, which I'm currently using now in my build, these are fantastic. I don't think we can. They tend to go through and be sold directly through Read Air Publications, and I think they've got a Amazon account as well. They drop shit through Amazon as well. So I don't think they do just normal, trade accounts round. Trouble you have with books, although it's great because there's no VAT on it and all the rest of it, it's weight. They're very, very heavy to ship. So that may be a problem as well. But I know Read Air Publications are obviously the one behind it. So, they've got a website. You can order direct off of them. No problems at all. That's where I get all mine from.
Or they might get in touch with us like another publisher.
Yes, hopefully.
If they watch this.
If they're watching this, we'll be in touch shortly.
Yeah. The one that get in touch with us who watch this, Phil will be in touch.
Yes. If you are watching this and you're a manufacturer or a distributor or something else and you think we need to sell your products, please get in touch. Because then we'll have a look. Because it never hurts.
As long as it's modern related,
or not. We might be branching out.
Branching out into other stuff.
That's it. So anyway, additional question. Where's my computer saying it's loading? What is that for? Any suggestions on display cabinet suppliers? I bought one from Display Sense in the past, but any other recommendations? It depends, literally. Display cabinets are how deep are your pockets or how big's your credit card? because there's companies out there who do bespoke, custom-made ones, and they're thousands of pounds. Or you can go to IKEA. How much are the IKEA ones, the square ones?
About 80 quid, aren't they? I think.
I don't know, to be honest. I can't remember what we paid. I thought it was 50 quid, but I don't know now.
Yeah,
it could be more.
I thought there was around about 50 quid, but I haven't done one for ages.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what an IKEA display cabinet is. I've not had one for ages. But again, you've got to think the size of the models you build as well, ain't you? You know.
So my ones, for instance, I get the 3 that I've got, which I've converted to, bolted them together, took the glass out, you know, so it gives you really long ones. Again, they were around about 400 quid out of Argos a couple of years ago. So, yeah, I think it's one of those ones, really. It depends on how deep your pockets are. And there is companies out there who custom do what you need, and they're beautifully bespoke, handcrafted, handmade, but they're very, very expensive. So, yeah, I think the 2 cheaper options are definitely IKEA and Argos. And then after that, you're into...
The thing is with
75 quid now.
75 quid, it's still not a lot, is it?
No,
the thing is with us is kind of don't value as much our built kits.
Yeah.
So that's going to obviously, you know, like you were saying about a bespoke one and stuff. If you really like your built kits and you like to use them, then yeah, go for it. If you like us and it gets rotated quite, you know,
a lot. Yeah.
Quite a lot because of how much we get through. To me, like we've said, once they're built for me, they're built and they go in a box, really, or, you know, they will sit in the cabinet for a bit until something takes its place.
Yeah.
The ones that get shown is when we do the Luftwaffe-Sig, to be honest.
Well, my wife's decorating as of tomorrow for 2 days.
Oh, dear, that's it. That's going to be a clear out.
That's a cull, then.
All mine have got to come out to display cabinets in the living room.
That's
so they won't get broken, so...
Landfill, mate, get your bin bag ready. Just to this, I'm there.
You can put them in your recycling for plastic recycling. It'll be fine.
I'm dreading.
But no, you know, again, cabinet. It's personal choice. One of the cheaper options, just to do the cheaper options, is trumpeter display cases, which are 30. They'll fit not a massive jet in. You're not going to get a flanker 48th one in, but I've got Harriers, I've got Zeros in mine, I've got a Jaguar in mine. A 32nd scale World War Ones fits perfectly into them, and they are, I don't know, about 15 quid, aren't they? I think they are. They're not expensive, and they're stackable. You can put one on top of the other, and they're completely sealed as well, so they're airtight. So no dust, which is the best thing about them, is you don't get any dust in there. So, and they are clear, so you can see directly into them, which is quite nice.
Yeah, they're all right then, because I know Tamiya do them as well.
Tamiya do them for cars.
Yeah. They don't really do them for aircraft, but the Trumpy ones are all different sizes for different stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, they do train ones and boat size ones. They do car ones, and they do, I think it's like 3 sizes of just square generic ones, which are great for armour, for instance, for tanks and various things into there. So yeah, if you do 35th scale armour, even main battle tanks fit in them, no problem at all, because I used to have my Chieftain into it and a few others in them as well.
You've got a King Tiger in one, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a King Tiger in one. So yeah, they're ideal size for it. And to say, great thing about it is they seal them off. I have got another one, which is the Tamiya one, which when me and Matt were up with the importers, I picked up. And that's great for it, because the bike, let's face it, it's going to be a dust magnet.
Yeah.
And it'll be a nightmare, so it's airtight and sealed in those ones as well. So again, if you've put the hours in, and obviously kits aren't cheap these days, you want to protect them, then yeah, definitely cabinets and boxes and cases and that are ideal. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like Matt says, how much do you value your kit once you've done it? You know, if you're into it, you probably want something bespoke and built into, and you've got it forever then. So
like a museum wall, isn't it, with a spoke sort of.
Yeah, I do know one of our friends here. Flory Models, he managed, very luckily there was a antique shop who were closing, so he walked in and said, how much for your display cases? And they were like, if you can take them away, give them for now.
Yeah.
And
there is that as well. If you go on Facebook Marketplace,
shop closures and things,
things like that. You know, a lot of the times when they're closing, you know, these shops down. Hopefully we won't see too many now, but back in the day, that used to be the thing. And go in, as long as you got a van or just rent a van, it's cheaper than buying a cabinet. You know,
you can raid the haberdashery bit.
Yeah, this is it.
Can get some really nice bits of furniture, to be honest, display cases and stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Graham says, hi guys. As a kid of the 60s, Airfix was the go-to manufacturer and I've been a fan ever since. Watching the releases show yesterday and was uninspiring by their choices. Really?
Can't please everybody.
God, I was jumping up and down. You could watch me live doing it yesterday when we were like...
He was that excited, he had a little wee.
I did, Mike, to clean my seat. In 48 scale, we've got a new tool Gannet with the Buccaneer and the Vampire plus a Hunter. The last three have new parts. Nothing new in 70 a second, just a Reebok. Hey, look, you've got a F-35. So there is thing. Not sure about the F-35 starter kit. And the parts count seems low. Don't forget the F-35, it's all of them. There's not a high parts count because it's literally cockpit in and you do that, which is like better than having to put wings on it because otherwise you're going to have seam lines. So I can totally understand T about it. How do you feel about the releases? Well, we spoke about it for the first half hour of this show, so you can probably tell. I think, like Matt says, under the economic conditions, especially for manufacturing in the UK, I think they've done a really good job. I think it's probably exactly what I would do as well. There's nothing in there I think I would say is wrong, and I wouldn't say I would have done anything different.
I think you've got to think as well, Airfix are owned by Hornby, PLC.
Yeah.
They have a budget, and they have to work within that budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we don't know what that budget is, whether it's, less than it used to be or whatever. So they have to, obviously, like I said, cut their cloth accordingly of what they're going to do and manufacture and release. And obviously, being a business like we are, you have to look at the bigger picture. Like I say, whatever the release, you're going to get it's not what I wanted, not the right scale, whatever. And whoever released it, whether it's Airfix, Tammy, whoever, it doesn't really matter, does it? You're going to get it, Some people are excited, some people aren't. It's just the look of the draw and just look at it like a business thing. They need to sell product to keep the doors open and pay wages. End of.
Okay, we said as well, it's this thing, and I often harp back to it, but it is true. Companies need to make money to invest in the future.
Yeah.
Because there's no point just building a kit and obviously it sells and covers its own costs, because otherwise it doesn't pay for the research, the design, and obviously everything that goes forward into the future kits. So don't give companies a hard time about making money, because if they didn't make money, they couldn't invest it.
Well,
they'd just be paying the bills.
Look at some of the companies that weren't got anymore.
Yeah.
Most recently, because they weren't making any money.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. What do you want? Because if everybody goes down that road, there ain't going to be much of a hobby left, is there? No. If they all go bust. So
for me, the Gannet was worth it just for the Gannet.
Yeah.
And the Buccaneer, I think most people agree that the RAF Buccaneer is the better of the two.
Yes.
Version.
You get more mileage, I think, out of that kit. Yeah.
So it wasn't surprised that they were going to bring it out, but it is nice to see it. We know it is now coming within this year, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I think all said from a bigger picture, and like Matt says as well, you can't please everybody, because I know a lot of people said, there's no ships. Well, apart from the Great Western, but again, I know people have been talking about, you think they were going to do, the new Prince of Wales and Queen Elizabeth class carriers and stuff, but imagine the tooling cost for that. That's going to be an expensive kit. So I can understand why they're doing it as they're doing it, so to speak.
I'm not being funny. You've got to look as well. Like Revell, just before Christmas, obviously did their 2023 release date. There's 4 new tool kits on there.
Yeah.
And that is it. So I think you've got to, obviously, like we keep saying, is just look at the economics of it and why there's only that being released. Do you know what I mean? Because I know, like on the Airfix one, there's a lot of retooling done on older molds to make it different versions, which they always do anyway. Yeah. But obviously, new tooled ones, what is the, there's more than Revell in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It is what it is, isn't it? We just got to be pleased they're doing it, releasing stuff, I think, and what it
absolutely. Yeah, the company's moving along and moving forward. And again, like we said, it's even like with Revell recently, we've been looking at their releases. Yeah. You can see there's money going in the tooling, and it's slow and probably not at the pace everybody wants, but they're all getting better. And again, Tammy, a classic example, really.
Yeah, but look at their last year's releases, how many new tools there was.
Yeah. No.
They never do that many over a year, but nobody ever jumps on them and goes, well, they've only released 3 kits this year. And they never get the slack, do they?
No.
You know, they never copy it. So, but that's how they do their releases, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you don't know what's coming, and it comes out sort of every other quarter or whatever they do it. You know, I think you haven't got that sort of buzz that we've got now because Airfix have done their little video and presentation yesterday. So you kind of know what's coming. If you didn't know what's coming, and it's like, well, in third quarter the Gannet comes out, and whatever, then I don't think they would probably get the backlash they get, if I'm honest.
No. If you was to spread it out throughout the year and just drop things in as you go, it'd probably be better. But they take the decision to drop it all in one. This is what you're going to get this year. You know, so
or I think ICM kind of. I mean, ICM's done their yearly release anyway, haven't they? I'm just probably other manufacturers. We're right. This is going to be first quarter releases.
Yeah.
Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it. But it is what it is. It's, I'm not unhappy with it, if I'm honest.
I think it's fantastic.
A bad thing considering at all. Bad lineup. So
again, I'm quite impressed. There's lots of little things in there that I would have a go at and do, and I'm looking forward to reviewing as well and various bits. So yeah, good.
Yep, cool.
Chris says, "Hi guys, just a quickie. You started using AK real colours because, as you know, they can be painted as well as airbrush. So generally, what is the thinner and paint ratio for airbrushing? Again, you can pretty much stick any type of alcohol-based lacquer thinners into it, and it'll be absolutely fine. I tend to use rapid drying thinners with it, but slow set lacquers, things like that, is what I use. Have no problem at all. Thinning wise, you get your money's worth out of these paints. I probably go 70% thinners, 30% paint. They've got really, really good coverage, and they go down nice and smooth as well.
Yeah, really pigmentation.
I think one of the biggest problems I've had with people saying to me about, I've had trouble with the paints, they're not working, they're really gritty and textured, is because they're going 50-50. You've got to go a lot more than 50-50. As I said before, watch my videos, you'll know when I'm doing it. I will stop and say, even I've done like a 70% to 30% mix, I'm there going, got to add more thinners, you know. And literally, I make the joke about, because I'm one of these people who tip back. I know, don't flame me for it, but I do. And if I take some paint out, I can't get it back in, because now I've thinned it, I can't get it back in the bottle. I've got too much, you know, and it just keeps going and going and going. So yeah.
The thing is though also is if you over thin it, don't be in the temptation of trying to like put more paint down with your airbrush, because Matt did a video on his B25 that he's done. He over thinned his. You were using an attacker, but you over thinned it, didn't you?
Yeah.
But he persevered with it, and it came up beautifully, didn't it?
It just takes more layers. You're just going to build it up slower.
Yeah.
It's the accident that was, but it actually worked in my favour for a faded olive drab. So I was like, all right, it's not quite what I planned, but I run with it, and it's actually worked out brilliant.
But the temptation is to pull your nozzle back on your airbrush and flood it, but then you end up like flooding it, don't you? So like causing yourself problems. But that came out really nice. So if you do overthin it, just be gentle with it and put more down.
Nice thin layers, and just they'll dry really quickly as well, and you can just build it up.
I say all AK paints have got fantastic pigmentation in them from the Gen 3s and the real colours. Because if you put a real colour next to a Tamiya, you'll see how much thicker it is.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is. I noticed that because it does seem really thick compared to just a normal Tamiya one. Which technically a Tamiya one you could actually spray out the bottom, can't you? To be fair,
of course you can.
It wouldn't be brilliant, but you could get it.
You could do it.
With a real colour. Because I mean, the thing with the Tamiya one is to top it up to the neck, innit?
Which is about a third thinners to
whatever it is in paint, and you've got quite a good standard paint mix with that. You can't do that real colour. You need to definitely go a lot more. So
But also remember that your air ratio also matters. So if you're thicker your paint, the more air you need. The thinner you paint, the less air you need.
The more you're just going to chuck in the atmosphere or through your filter and waste a load. You know what I mean? Thin it, drop it, get closer. And
said before, listen to your airbrush. If it's crackling, it sounds like it's struggling. Just don't whack up the air pressure to blow it through, because that won't work. You know, you're better off tip it out your colour cup into another little pot. Like these little things are absolutely fantastic for it, because end up what I do in just a little glass once, or little shot glasses or whatever. Rethin it, blow through that bit that's in the nozzle, then put it back in, and you'll hear it, and then you've got that nice sound of the smooth airflow and all the rest of it as it's coming through your airbrush. You'll be good to go with it. But as you say, biggest thing with it, you can hear it. You can hear it physically struggle straight away, so you need to go in. And to be honest with you, one little thing, not all of their paints are the same. Some of them are thicker than others. So I've noticed as well. So sometimes I wouldn't just simply say, 70-30, 70% thinners, 30% paint, because some of them you might need a little bit more, some of them a little bit less. So you're just listening to see if it's running off on you and it's blasting through your airbrush and you say fogging your room out, turn your air pressure down, There's, it's easy way. Once you get the sweet spot, you'll notice it and you'll feel it and you can work through that then. So,
It's practice and experience with airbrushing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We said before, it's one of those things. It's not something you can almost be taught. You can be advised, but it's you doing it. Because again, it's all to do with your environment, how far you're away, your air pressure, how thin your paint is. There's so many different variables, and it's just getting the feel for it. I said before, it's like learning to drive a manual car doing a hill start. Just getting that balance. When it all balances and it clicks, it's very straightforward. But sometimes it can take a while just to get it. So...
Yeah. We could do with having a conversation about how to glue parts onto oil paints.
No, we couldn't.
An interesting conversation.
No, definitely no. No.
Both me and Matt have lost exactly the same part on our planes because we're building different versions of the same plane. We've both lost exactly the same part.
The foot pump's gone missing
because it won't stick to the.
It won't stick to the glossy because I've done the woodwork. And it's oil paints, but then I've put a clear gloss over the top
as well,
to make it like a laminate, shiny wood.
Yeah.
And I stuck the thing on and it's fell off. I don't know where it is. Lucky you can't really see in the cockpit, but he's done the exactly same and it's gone. Yeah. But the thing is, I did a vlog yesterday and I was showing it on there, and I actually don't know if it was on the video for the vlog. Or it's fell off by then, so I don't know. We'll have to watch the vlog back to see.
Go through the vlog and we can see.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
By the way.
Fair enough. Right.
Okay then, guys, we will leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us today. We will be back with you, obviously, next week. Matt has got a live, well, not live, but a vlog for you tomorrow.
And the final part of his B25.
And final part of the B25 will be on there. Hopefully I'll be with you with the first part of the F15 up on Friday, obviously weekly roundup and that, and then next week we're back at it. And go for it.
And we're not back on this week, are we? You are Friday, but for members, watch out for Saturday morning.
Yes, watch out for Saturday morning. We're going to be live, coming to you.
10 till midday.
10 till midday on Saturday as well. So keep an eye out on the old medias and things. We'll be there. Build along. Yes, absolutely. Right. Okay then, guys, we will leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll see you again soon. Stay safe. Happy modelling. Take care. Bye.
Bye.